Clement of Rome. He was the fourth pope of the Church who wrote an epistle to the Church in Corinth. He is a friend of Paul. His writings seek to defend and propagate the Christian faith. Exhort on the examples of martyrs as exemplars of holiness and humility. He reminded the Corinthians of the commandment of love, pursuit of good works and virtues. He had won reverence and praise of being a great pastoral leader in the first see. Augustine of Hippo. He was a former member of Manichaeism but was converted to the Christian faith and turned into an ultimate adversary of Manichaeism and a great defender of Christian faith and doctrine. Polycarp of Smyrna. The bishop of Smyrna who wrote at Philippi on the exhortation of virtue, the practice of love, hope and patience. He was asked to denounce his faith by the persecutors, refused to revile Christ, stood unthreatened by torture and death, and embraced martyrdom by being burned alive inside the stadium before a multitude of people. His martyrdom was considered as one of the most inspiring stories of the early Christians that defied human persecution and withstood the trial of faith, even the fearful test of death. Ignatius of Antioch. He fought the Judaizers and the Docetists. He is an ardent believer of his vocation to Christ, emphasized the divine vindication of the Christians as the new people of God, stressed the superiority of the Christian faith. Irenaeus of Lyons. He defended the Christian practice and doctrine against the heresies. He labored to dispel the exclusive claim of the Gnostics in receiving a special revelation from God. He laid the ground of scripture and tradition as an acid test for the veracity of the truth against those who deviate from the Church. Justin Martyr. He acted being an evangelist proclaiming the gospel as the only way to salvation after being converted from paganism, and impressed by the courage shown by the Christians amidst persecution. Tertullian. He is most remembered by his strong character and pure brilliance for the Church's defense against the heresies. He was the first great Latin Christian writer. He was a fighter against faulty reasoning and divisive false teachings, produced a number of apologetical writings against some of the heresies.
Created using Powtoon.